Greetings and welcome to Faction Masters Season 5. We are bringing you Game 22, the Swamp Orcs of Champ versus the Skyspear Avians of Run. And Run is with us, recording our commentary. Say hello.
Hello again. Hello. No, very nice to be here.
And
Thank you again for having me.
yeah, so we've got, as you said beforehand, when we were getting warmed up here, two factions very capable of just 100%ing the opposing summoner in just a quick combo. Could be a short game.
It could be, but it's a matchup I was really looking forward to. The Swamp Orcs are my second favorite faction, and I'm not alone in that. I just double checked, and there's three people right now on the top 10 for Avians and Swamp Orcs. So something about these two factions. You know, they don't share any build symbols, but they're opposite sides of a similar coin, caring very much about their swamp or flock, these summoner-centric plays, but in a very different way. So I was quite excited. There's an excellent Summoners Scuffle on Ben 10's channel about this exact matchup, and I came in hoping to emulate that, you know? Ignore Muglug, trim the swamp, abuse the mobility, and I think Champ and I, we talked after the game and before, we're really excited for avoiding violence in this drawn-out game and see what we could get out of it.
Okay, well let's get started. We'll have Swamp Orcs going first. You did tell me that you hated your hand.
Yes, so they're doing froze there a bit. So Champ has the Vine Gate, takes the shot. I'll take a 0 on the Steward, that's alright. Yeah, with this hand, I really, it's going kind of quick here. I really didn't see a lot of plays and openings. I'm not sure what I wanted out of that opening turn, but it wasn't do nothing and pass and discard all of my cards. I see this as a game where I needed to be more proactive, stop the swamp, stop them from getting boosts. So I'm already very disappointed with the beginning here, but the game is young.
Yeah, so we built 3 cards, holding on to Cyrook. Getting
I like
some...
Cyrook too much.
Getting
I
some...
had some dreams here, like, I've never done a turn 4 Cyrook, but, if the Steward and Sage live, he can one-shot commons, can't be Vine Mancered. I had a little game here going.
Yeah. Champ's got his Vine Gate, though. Can make things a little dangerous. Let's see what he does here. I'm assuming that's going to pull Muglug into position. Yep.
Yes, it is. Pause here if you would.
Sure.
So this isn't going well. And in terms of my second hand, again, I know, bird friends, I see the cards I have, but I was desperately looking for some way to, we're going to trim the swamp. What if the diver flies up? We could sky assault the Vine Gate. We could do some shenanigans there. And none of it really seemed to pan out. And Ava standing there could just die, because Muglug's right there. So option B is run away. And then option C is that there's a little angry red devil bird on my shoulder with a charming accent that says, you know what you need to do.
This one. This one. This one. I think so.
You've played the birds before.
Well, I see those cards, and I know what's coming. I'm not sure. Did you calculate the odds, or did you just estimate?
I calculated. I sat down.
You calculated. I usually
the...
estimate first, and then after I've rolled the dice, calculate. But it's just more fun for me that way.
Oh, I'm a calculating guy. We calculated, should we do Cyrook versus the Steward? Where should the diver stand? Can Sage go somewhere more useful? And I think what we did, we ended up saying, there's some placement questions, but we went for the maximum damage play.
Okay, maximum damage play. Let's watch it unfold. Yep, this is it. Battle Song. Sky Assault. Let's see how your dice fare. Okay, 3 out of 3. Oh, I like how you're saving the steward for last. It'll heighten suspense.
Tension.
Oh my word. Wow. Exactly what
So
you
that
needed.
can happen.
That can happen.
That's the thing. And when that happened, my reaction, you might think joy. The gambler has paid off. I felt terrible shame and guilt. I ran to
Oh
Discord,
no.
apologized to Champ. I said, I've ruined FactionMasters. Oh dear. And then I sat down and thought about it. And what do you think the odds of that are? Just the dice. Well, never mind the cards, but just the dice. What's
The
your
dice.
ballpark?
Well, without calculating, we got 3 out of 3 swords. And we got 3 out of 3 bows. So right off the bat,
Already low.
we're under 50%. Now we've got to get 6 hits from the steward, who does have the worthy thing, but still, I'm gonna put it in the neighborhood of 10 to 15%.
Quite a bit worse than that.
Oh, really? Okay.
So to do 12 damage was 2% off of those.
Wow. Okay.
The expected value was 8.5, which is what
Yeah.
I was shooting for.
Yeah.
Figured, I know that attacking Mug is the sucker bet with regenerate and such.
Yeah.
But if we're really taking off, we got the ping there and then 8 damage, we could be doing well more than she can regenerate in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And the position seemed defensible, put her on the run.
Yeah,
the hope
it
was
is.
that this was the beginning of an all-in sequence and chase down. The 2% seems low, but then it's also not the 1 in a million that it felt like when it actually
That's true.
paid off. But in talking to Champ after, who was the epitome of sportsmanship about all of this, pointed out that the potentially rarer thing is actually having that exact hand.
Yeah.
Compared it to drawing a flush in poker. And I don't think we talk about card probabilities enough. I think this game is dominated by the dice, and everyone knows the percents, the 30s and the 70s percents and all that.
Yeah.
But what are really the odds of drawing those two events? If you're up against the Avians, what's the odds that they're packing the Battle Song, Sky Assault, Heat after going through 9 cards in the deck?
Yeah, Muglug seems
So I went and calculated
pretty
the odds
safe
of
here.
that.
Yeah.
Muglug seems safe. She's 2 away from Ava,
Yeah.
so that's both of us are potentially in danger. The chances of Muglug killing Ava are much higher than Ava killing Muglug. That's for sure.
Well, with all those units in front, you're not quite that bad off.
No, I was not worried about too much of a counterattack. So if you're worried about the Avians having Sky Assault and Battle Song in the first 9 cards, that'll happen in 1 out of 4 games.
Okay.
So it's about 20. So on turn 4, 3/4/5/6.
Yeah, there's two copies of each. You got to consider that. So they're in there.
I did a little card sim.
Yeah.
So, and then if you really needed to set down the odds of me drawing a diver with them and a good steward to combo, it's about 16%. So if you take that with the odds of the roll, that whole turn was about the same odds as going 0 out of 3 on melee, which happens.
It happens. Yeah.
So I felt a little less guilty.
Almost every game if you do it a lot. Yeah.
I've managed to apologize to myself for this game, but it was interesting thought exercise and to think about the card randomness and how in danger are you of certain combos at different phases of the game. I think this play from Champ was super fair. I'd have made the same game. I would never have played around 2% chance of maybe dying if they have the cards myself, and it's a bit of a surprise. And these assassin decks sometimes do this, I suppose.
Yeah. I think it was still a good play. Even if you did the expected damage of 8.5, I think that's still like a good play to do because a Muglug who is low is a lot less effective. You can say that about almost every summoner, really.
That was the intended outcome of this.
Yeah.
And she runs up. Champ did inform me. Champ had Vine Gate or another gate and a regenerate. was making a very calculated risk. Wanted Muglug to take the damage. It just rolled out this way.
Not that much damage.
Not that much. No, I think the fair outcome would have been a very reasonable Swamp Orc tactic, and then the swamp would have surged forward, and bad things would have happened.
Yeah, well, we can only speculate what would have happened, but you're into the finals. Congratulations.
No, thank you very much. It's a little bit stolen. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us, and thanks to all our viewers for tuning in. We'll see you next time for more Faction Masters.